The Power of Spiritual Enlightenment. Author Shri Rajeev Thatte. We found from UDCT and MMS Finance from Jamnalal Bajaj Institute of Management Studies, Mumbai. About the author. Shri Rajeev Thatte is a first generation entrepreneur. Started his pharmaceutical manufacturing unit in Mumbai in 1981, 44 years back. Shri Rajeev has manufactured coconut oil, refined coconut oil, spices, and Ayurvedic medicines for reputed brands in India. Simultaneously, he started writing in media and publications and became a popular author. Shri Rajeev started his Facebook pages and YouTube channel Enjoy Happiness. This has got over 1 lakh subscribers in last 1 year. Few years back, Shri Rajeev had a car accident leading to skull fracture, then epileptic fits, paralysis, and rectal cancer and tuberculosis. After so many calamities he had faced, he donated his kidney to his widowed wife Sandhya. In these ailments and sufferings, Shri Rajeev kept on moving on the path he had chosen with determination in his happy and cheerful life. Mr. Rajeev is now 67 years old and is moving all over the world, giving lectures, spreading love, kindness, happiness, and mindfulness in all the humanity.
Give up the relationship with yourself, embracing true presence and wholeness. In the modern world, much emphasis is placed on building a relationship with yourself. Self-care routines, affirmations, and personal development plans all encourage deeper self-awareness and connection. However, there is a spiritual paradox hidden in this pursuit. Sometimes, the greatest transformation happens when you let go of the need to relate to yourself and instead embrace simply being. To give up the relationship with yourself doesn't mean neglecting or abandoning self-love. It means releasing the constant self-monitoring, self-improvement agendas, and internal narratives that keep you locked in an identity. It is an invitation to step into presence, where the boundaries between self and being dissolve, and you experience life in its purest form. 1. The burden of relating to yourself. When we speak of having a relationship with ourselves, we often imply a duality. There is the self that acts and the self that observes, criticizes, or affirms. This duality can create a subtle but persistent inner dialogue that may sound like, "Am I doing enough? Am I living up to my potential? I need to fix this part of me to be whole." This internal narrative can lead to an endless cycle of self-judgment and striving. While self-awareness is crucial for growth, constantly trying to perfect the self can reinforce the idea that who you are right now isn't enough. 2. Beyond self-improvement, discovering presence. True wholeness doesn't come from perfecting yourself. It arises when you transcend the notion that you need fixing in the first place. Instead of striving for a better version of yourself, consider this. Release control. What if you gave yourself permission to stop trying to improve and simply exist? Be present. Instead of asking, "Who am I becoming?" ask, "What is here in this moment?" When you step into presence, you shift from relating to yourself as a separate entity to experiencing yourself as part of the present moment. You realize that there is nothing to fix because your essence is already complete. 3. Letting go of the internal dialogue. The constant conversation you have with yourself, the inner voice that narrates your day, evaluates your actions, and plans your future, is often the source of inner restlessness. Practice silence. Spend a few moments each day observing your thoughts without engaging or reacting to them. Mindful breathing. Return to your breath whenever you feel caught in the spiral of overthinking. Each inhale and exhale can ground you in the now. Witness, don't judge. When a critical thought arises, observe it without attaching meaning or blame. By stepping back from the internal dialogue, you start to experience moments of inner peace and spaciousness. 4. The illusion of identity. One of the reasons we cling to a relationship with ourselves is because we are attached to our identity, our roles, achievements, and stories. Identity as a construct. Your identity is a collection of beliefs, memories, and labels that you've accumulated over time. While it provides structure, it can also confine you. Release labels. What if you let go of the need to define yourself as successful, kind, or even flawed? Instead of labeling, practice being. When you stop identifying solely with your stories, you free yourself to experience life as it unfolds rather than through the lens of past definitions. 5. Radical acceptance. Embracing what is. Giving up the relationship with yourself doesn't mean becoming passive, it means embracing life without resistance. Radical acceptance invites you to embrace imperfection. Accept that growth and setbacks are both part of your human experience. Allow emotions to flow. Instead of suppressing or amplifying your emotions, acknowledge them as temporary sensations passing through. Surrender to the moment. Let go of the need to control or resist reality. Instead, open yourself to what is. By surrendering to life as it is, you move from self-managing to fully living. 6. Wholeness beyond self-relationship. Wholeness arises not from fixing or relating to yourself, but from dissolving the boundaries between you and existence itself. Recognize oneness. Spiritual traditions teach that separation is an illusion. When you let go of the idea of a separate self, you become attuned to the interconnectedness of all things. Experience life directly. Taste your food without thinking about your diet. Listen to music without judging your emotions. Be present in your conversations without rehearsing your responses. True wholeness is found when you stop trying to become and instead simply be. 7. The paradox of self-love. You might wonder, how can I love myself if I'm giving up the relationship with myself? The paradox is that when you stop fixating on self-improvement, you cultivate a deeper form of self-love, one rooted in acceptance rather than effort. Unconditional love. Instead of loving yourself because you've achieved something, love yourself for existing. Rest in being. self-love becomes a state of rest and ease rather than a task to complete. Conclusion: stepping into freedom. To give up the relationship with yourself is not to abandon your humanity, it is to embrace it fully. It means relinquishing the need to fix, prove, or perfect, and stepping into the truth that you are already whole. By releasing the constant inner narrative, you create space for deeper peace, connection, and authenticity. You discover that beneath all the labels, goals, and self-imposed expectations lies a quiet presence, your true essence. In that stillness, there is freedom. Take a breath. Be here. This is your true self, free of roles, stories, and striving. And in that presence, you find that there was never anything missing after all. Beyond happiness and unhappiness, there is a peace, the essence of true stillness. Life is often experienced as a quest for happiness and a battle against unhappiness. We pursue pleasures, achievements, and comfort while trying to avoid pain, failure, and sorrow. Yet, no matter how much we achieve or avoid, the cycle of highs and lows continues. What if true peace is not found in chasing happiness or avoiding suffering, but in something deeper, something that exists beyond both? This article explores the profound spiritual truth that beyond happiness and unhappiness, there is a peace that surpasses all understanding. 1. The pursuit of happiness, a double-edged sword. The cultural narrative around happiness often equates it with external success, relationships, material possessions, and achievements. While these things can bring temporary joy, they are impermanent by nature. The illusion of control: we believe that by controlling circumstances, we can maintain constant happiness. The fear of loss: happiness tied to external conditions comes with the fear of losing what we cherish. This attachment to fleeting pleasures often leads to a life of striving, followed by inevitable disappointment when life changes. 2. The reality of unhappiness. Unhappiness arises when life doesn't align with our expectations. Loss, failure, and uncertainty trigger feelings of sadness, frustration, or despair. Resistance to pain: we often resist pain, believing it shouldn't exist. The judgment trap: we label emotions as good or bad, deepening our suffering. However, trying to escape unhappiness often strengthens it. The more we resist pain, the tighter its grip becomes. 3. The peace beyond duality. True peace does not arise from avoiding unhappiness or clinging to happiness, it exists in the space beyond both. Spiritual teachers like Eckhart Tolle remind us that this peace is not dependent on circumstances but arises from being fully present in the now. Pure awareness: when you observe your thoughts and emotions without attaching to them, you step into a state of pure presence. Freedom from identification: you begin to realize that you are not your fleeting emotions or thoughts, you are the awareness behind them. In this state, you discover that peace is your natural essence, untouched by the changing waves of joy and sorrow. 4. How to access the peace within. Accessing the peace that lies beyond happiness and unhappiness involves a shift in awareness. Here are some practices to cultivate this inner stillness. 1. Practice mindful observation. Instead of reacting to emotions, observe them as if you were watching clouds pass in the sky. Breathe and notice: when you feel joy or sorrow, Take a deep breath and notice the sensation without judgment. Ask, who is noticing this feeling? This simple question can remind you that you are the observer, not the emotion. 2. Let go of resistance. Pain intensifies when we resist it. Instead of pushing discomfort away, try accepting it as part of your current experience. Radical acceptance. Say to yourself, this is what I am feeling right now, and that's okay. Surrender to the present. Recognize that pain, like joy, is temporary and will pass. 3. Embrace impermanence. Happiness and unhappiness are part of life's ever-changing nature. Gratitude for the moment. Instead of fearing the end of joy, appreciate its presence while it lasts. Trust in change. Understand that difficult moments, too, will shift and evolve. 4. Meditation and stillness. Meditation helps quiet the mind and connect you to the peace that lies beyond thought. Focus on your breath. Let your breath anchor you in the present. Silent awareness. Sit in stillness and simply be, allowing thoughts and emotions to come and go without clinging. 5. The gifts of inner peace. When you access the peace beyond happiness and unhappiness, you experience life with greater clarity and resilience. Emotional balance. You no longer swing dramatically between elation and despair. Deeper presence. You become fully engaged with life without being controlled by fleeting emotions. Compassion for yourself and others. From a place of inner peace, you cultivate patience, empathy, and understanding. 6. Moving beyond labels. One of the greatest shifts toward peace is moving beyond the need to label experiences as good or bad. Neutral observation. Instead of saying, "This is a bad day," simply notice, "This is what I am experiencing." Release stories. Let go of the stories you create around events, such as, "This setback defines me." Instead, focus on what is true in the present moment. By releasing the need to categorize every experience, you step into a deeper acceptance of life as it is. 7. The timeless truth of presence. The peace that lies beyond happiness and unhappiness is not something you achieve, it is something you remember. It is always within you, beneath the noise of thought and emotion. Return to now. When your mind drifts into past regrets or future anxieties, gently bring it back to the present. Trust the stillness. In the moments of silence between thoughts, feel the stillness that holds everything. Conclusion. The beauty of inner peace. Happiness and unhappiness will come and go like waves in the ocean. But beneath the surface of those waves lies the still, vast depth of the sea. The peace beyond happiness and unhappiness is not an escape from life, it is a deeper embrace of life's entirety. When you stop chasing pleasure and resisting pain, you step into a profound freedom that allows you to experience joy without attachment and face sorrow without fear. Take a breath. Feel the present moment. In this space, you are whole, free, and at peace. The higher good beyond good and bad. Embracing a greater perspective. In a world shaped by duality, we are conditioned to categorize experiences, actions, and people as either good or bad. This binary lens often governs how we view ourselves and others, leading to judgment, division, and emotional turmoil. However, beyond these moral constructs lies a deeper truth, the higher good, a perspective that transcends notions of right and wrong and invites us into a state of peace, wisdom, and understanding. This article explores the concept of the higher good and how embracing this perspective can transform how we experience life. 1. The limitations of duality. Our minds are wired to create distinctions to make sense of the world. We label things as positive or negative, right or wrong, safe or dangerous. While this categorization helps us navigate reality, it can also limit our understanding of life's complexities. Simplified narratives. By labeling an event as bad, we may overlook the lessons or growth it offers. Emotional turmoil. Constantly categorizing experiences can create stress, as we strive to hold on to the good and resist the bad. Judgment and division. The labels we assign often lead to separation between self and others, success and failure, happiness and pain. 2. What is the higher good? The higher good refers to the recognition that life is unfolding according to a greater order that may not always be immediately clear. It suggests that what we perceive as bad may serve a larger purpose, even if it brings temporary discomfort or challenges. Beyond immediate outcomes, what may seem like a setback or failure could be a step toward growth, healing, or a new path. Interconnectedness. The higher good embraces the idea that individual experiences are part of a collective, interconnected journey where every event serves a role. Divine perspective. In spiritual traditions, the higher good is often associated with surrendering personal judgment to the wisdom of a greater cosmic order. 3. Examples of the higher good in everyday life. Personal growth through challenges. A job loss may initially feel devastating, but it can lead to new opportunities that align with one's true calling. Healing relationships. A painful conflict with a loved one can become the catalyst for deeper understanding and connection. Global crises. Historical struggles, while difficult, have often led to societal awakenings and movements for justice, equality, and change. By reframing our perspective, we can begin to see difficult moments as part of a larger tapestry of growth and meaning. 4. Moving beyond judgment. To access the higher good, we must move beyond rigid judgments of good and bad. 1. Practice non-resistance. Resisting reality only amplifies suffering. Surrender to the present moment. Accept what is without labeling it as good or bad. Mantra for acceptance. Repeat phrases such as, "I trust that this moment is part of something greater." 2. Release control. The need to control outcomes often stems from fear of the unknown. Let go of the need to fix. Trust that life's unfolding doesn't always require your interference. Allow uncertainty. Recognize that not knowing can be part of life's mystery and beauty. 3. Cultivate curiosity over judgment. Instead of labeling experiences, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How might this moment serve a purpose I can't yet see? 5. The wisdom of spiritual traditions. Many spiritual teachings emphasize the higher good and the importance of transcending duality. Taoism, the yin-yang symbol, represents balance and the interdependence of opposites, each containing a seed of the other. Buddhism, suffering and joy are seen as impermanent states that arise and pass away, encouraging a path of non-attachment. Christianity, the concept of grace, reminds us that blessings often come through hardships and trials. 6. Trusting the process. living from the higher good. Living from the perspective of the higher good requires faith and patience. Patience with unfolding. Understand that clarity often comes in hindsight. Self-compassion. When things don't go as planned, be gentle with yourself. Gratitude in all seasons, even during hardships. Practice gratitude for the lessons and strength they bring. 7. The benefits of embracing the higher good. When you step into the awareness of the higher good, your relationship with life transforms. Inner peace. By releasing the need to label every experience, you free yourself from emotional extremes. Resilience. Trusting that challenges serve a purpose helps you navigate them with grace. Compassion. You become more understanding of others' struggles, recognizing that everyone is on a unique path of growth. Conclusion. Finding freedom beyond good and bad. The journey beyond good and bad is an invitation to trust life's unfolding with an open heart. When you release the compulsion to judge every moment, you open yourself to a deeper experience of presence, acceptance, and peace. The higher good does not ask you to deny pain or avoid joy. It invites you to embrace all of life as part of a greater story that is still unfolding. By stepping beyond duality, you discover a profound freedom, the ability to live fully, love deeply, and trust in the unseen wisdom that guides each step of your journey. In moments of doubt or struggle, take a breath, soften your gaze, and remind yourself, this, too, is part of something greater. The end of your life drama, finding freedom beyond the story. Many of us live with an internal narrative that dictates how we experience life. We replay past events, anticipate future challenges, and script our roles in the grand theater of our lives. Often, this narrative becomes so all-encompassing that it feels inescapable, a constant loop of triumphs, failures, and perceived injustices. This is what spiritual teachers refer to as the life drama. But what if you could step beyond the drama and experience life in its raw, authentic form? What if peace wasn't found in fixing the storyline but in realizing that you don't need a story at all? This article explores how to end your life drama and embrace the stillness and freedom that exist beyond the narrative. 1. What is life drama? Life drama refers to the emotional narratives we create around our experiences. These stories often center around identities such as the victim, the hero, or the misunderstood. While stories help us make sense of our experiences, they can also trap us in cycles of suffering. Common signs of life drama: replaying past events and assigning blame. Internal monologues about what should have happened. Reacting strongly to minor inconveniences as if they confirm a larger storyline. Feeling stuck in familiar emotional patterns like resentment, guilt, or shame. 2. The cost of living in life drama. The stories we tell ourselves shape our emotional landscape and influence how we engage with life. Emotional exhaustion. Constantly reliving and revising your life story drains mental and emotional energy. Missed present moments. When you're caught in your internal drama, you miss the richness of the present. Strained relationships. The need to reinforce your narrative can lead to conflict, as others may not fit the roles you assign them. Life drama perpetuates a sense of separation, from others, from the present, and from yourself. 3. Why we cling to the drama. The life drama often feels familiar and even comforting, despite its negative impact. Sense of identity. Our stories give us a sense of who we are, even if the identity is painful. Desire for validation. We replay narratives to seek validation for our feelings or beliefs. Fear of the unknown. Letting go of the narrative can feel like losing control or facing the unknown. However, freedom begins when you realize that your true essence is not defined by the story but by your presence. 4. Ending the life drama. Key steps to freedom. 1. Recognize the narrative. The first step to ending your life drama is becoming aware of the narrative. Self-observation. Notice when your mind starts crafting a story around an event. Pause and reflect. Ask yourself, is this narrative helping me or keeping me stuck? 2. Embrace radical acceptance. Drama often arises when we resist reality. Accept what is. Instead of thinking, this shouldn't have happened, try saying, this happened. What now? Let go of shoulds. Release the mental rules about how life should be and embrace it as it is. 3. Stay present. Life drama pulls you into the past or future, but peace resides in the present moment. Mindful breathing. Use your breath as an anchor to return to the present. Sensory awareness. Focus on what you see, hear, and feel right now, grounding yourself in the now. 4. Release the need to be right. Many life dramas center around the need to prove something, to ourselves or others. Choose peace over being right. Ask yourself, would I rather be right or free? Let go of blame. Understand that clinging to blame only deepens your suffering. 5. Stop identifying with the role. Every life story has roles, the victim, the hero, the villain. But you are not these roles. Witness your thoughts. Observe the roles you assign yourself and others without attachment. Shift to presence. Remind yourself that you are not the story, you are the awareness behind it. 5. The power of surrender. Surrendering doesn't mean giving up, it means letting go of the need to control the narrative. Trust life's flow. Recognize that life unfolds with or without your storyline. Embrace uncertainty. Peace arises when you no longer need to know how the story ends. Surrender invites spaciousness into your life, allowing you to experience the present moment without the filter of past wounds or future fears. 6. The gifts of a drama-free life. When you step beyond your life drama, you open yourself to new levels of peace, clarity, and connection. Emotional freedom. You respond to life with calmness instead of reactivity. Deeper presence. You experience life directly rather than through the lens of the past. Authentic relationships. Without the need to assign roles, you can meet others as they are, creating deeper, more authentic connections. 7. Practical exercises to end your life drama. 1. The story rewrite. When you notice yourself caught in a dramatic narrative, rewrite it in a neutral way. For example, instead of, I failed again, and I'll never succeed, try, this was a setback, and I can learn from it. 2. Mantra for release. Repeat phrases such as, I release this story. I am free. 3. Silent observation. Spend a few minutes each day simply observing your thoughts without engaging them. Conclusion. Embracing life beyond the drama. The end of your life drama doesn't mean the end of your experiences, it means the end of unnecessary suffering. When you let go of the need to script your life, you step into a profound sense of freedom and presence. Beyond the noise of the story is a stillness where life unfolds simply, beautifully, and authentically. By releasing the narrative, you discover that you are not the actor in a play, you are the witness of life itself. Take a deep breath, let go of the story, and step into the peaceful flow of the present moment. In that space, you will find the freedom you've been seeking all along.
The power of spiritual enlightenment. Author Shri Rajeev Thatte. We found from UDCT and MMS Finance from Jamnalal Bajaj Institute of Management Studies, Mumbai. About the author. Shri Rajeev Thatte is a first generation entrepreneur. Started his pharmaceutical manufacturing unit in Mumbai in 1981, 44 years back. Shri Rajeev has manufactured coconut oil, refined coconut oil, spices, and Ayurvedic medicines for reputed brands in India. Simultaneously, he started writing in media and publications and became a popular author. Shri Rajeev started his Facebook pages and YouTube channel Enjoy Happiness. This has got over 1 lakh subscribers in last 1 year. Few years back, Shri Rajeev had a car accident leading to skull fracture, then epileptic fits, paralysis, and rectal cancer and tuberculosis. After so many calamities he had faced, he donated his kidney to his widowed wife Sandhya. In these ailments and sufferings, Shri Rajeev kept on moving on the path he had chosen with determination in his happy and cheerful life. Mr. Rajeev is now 67 years old and is moving all over the world, giving lectures, spreading love, kindness, happiness, and mindfulness in all the humanity.